On behalf of the full moon on top of my head and the dark winter sky behind me, we'd like to welcome you to episode 1 of the Boggling Universe. As the name implies, our universe is truly mind-boggling, with its strangeness and oddness and wackiness and mysteriousness and any other nest word that you can think of. It's just a really complicated place in which we live, along with being really difficult to understand. And this will certainly become evident in the episodes that follow. In terms of understanding the universe, the question that I pose to you is, how well do you understand the universe? And if your answer is not really that well, join the crowd, because most people don't understand it. And even people that know the universe a lot better than we do, that study it in their careers, they only know a small portion of it. And as a result of that gap between our knowledge and what's really out there, I wanted to come up with a program that's bridged that gap, so that, considering the fact that, we're born into this crazy place and we're going to exit stage left from it one day, it's kind of nice to know a little bit about where you call home, and it provides some meaning to your life and context to your life. So let me give you a little overview of the actual curriculum. The first 12 episodes are going to focus on the origin of the universe, along with the fundamentals. And the fundamentals include fundamental forces and fundamental particles. And then from there, I'll branch off into, there's a myriad of different topics that I plan on developing episodes for, from viruses to proteins to music to baking and cooking, believe it or not, as it relates to the universe, pharmaceuticals, viruses, DNA, genetics, just a myriad of different topics. And the idea is, for all of these episodes I'm going to create, the key thing is I want to keep them simple. I'm not going to use any complex mathematical formulas, no language that you get confused by. I want to relate things to one another so you see the relationships throughout all the episodes, because as you learn more and more about the universe, everything is interdependent with one another for sure. So relative to that, in the episodes that follow, I'm going to be referencing theories sometimes, and some of these theories are way out there, and some of them you've probably heard of before. But the fact of the matter is, theories are just that. They're theories. They're not absolute. They're really provisional. They're like a placeholder until something better can be found or discovered, more factual things to back it up. And it's one of those situations where scientists come up with explanations to describe the unexplainable. It's their only way to get their head around it for the interim, so they can work their way through it to find out really what the answers are. An example of that is Einstein's theories. Not all of them are 100% correct. There's errors. They turned out not to be true. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, the fact of the matter is, his thinking spawned all types of other thinking in the physics area. And as a result of that, we've all benefited from it for sure. Additionally, the James Webb telescope that was sent up 4+ years ago, it's sending back imagery that is just astounding, and it's questioning the theories that are on the books right now. And again, that's the nature of science. That's what we want it to be like this. The fact is, you propose something and you let people shoot holes in it and come up with something better, and the best man wins, basically, or best woman wins as a result of it. So there you go. Relative to theory, sometimes they sound so outlandish, but the realities of the universe, where we do have facts, they're even more outlandish. Some of them are so hard to understand and accept and explain. And even to this day, there's a number of realities that my brain just will not really accept or truly understand. I sort of get it. I sort of can explain it. But it's just like, I'm not sure I ever will, and I just have to accept that fact, and maybe you'll run into the same situation that I am too, also, in addition to what I'm dealing with. So I'll give you an example of three of these weird things that really struck me in doing the research for this particular program. One is a majority of the universe is invisible. Secondly, things in the universe are moving and things in the universe are vibrating. And it's like a vibration fest here. I mean, I'm vibrating right now. This tree over here is vibrating. This truck sitting right here is vibrating. You're vibrating. The phone's vibrating. At the atomic level, you can't feel it because it's such a small amount, but things are flying around like crazy. An example on the human body is when you go to sleep at night and you think that you're pretty calm and you're lying there and not moving. There is so much happening within your body, from your brain firing and you're dreaming and you're really problem solving. You're bringing up memories from the past. Your eyes are darting back and forth with REM sleep. You're inhaling and exhaling, and your lungs are expanding and contracting. Your heart is pumping. Your blood is flowing. If you're one of these sleepers that are like a pig on a spit, where you're back and forth over and over again and tighting, curling up the sheets, obviously you're moving and vibrating. And then for those that do the the herky-jerky twitch when you fall asleep or after, and last but not least, in terms of your digestive tract, it's unspeakable what's going on there. But the fact of the matter is, you know what I mean. And there's a lot of moving and vibrating going on in there for sure. Now, in closing, let me say this. When you view the episodes that I post, if you could view them in the order, sequential order. In other words, don't jump to 5 and skip 1 through 4, because 1 through 4 are going to provide a foundation for 5. It's a building block type of approach for really all 12 of the initial episodes anyhow. The later ones will be more standalone, even though they'll rely on the initial 12. So that's number one. Number two is, if you're trying to find my episodes, you can search for the word Thonk, Thonk Academy, and I'm going to post this on YouTube and also TikTok. So if you want to see all of them at any point in time, that's where they're going to be. And the last thing I ask of you is, if you could do me a favor, before you dive into all the episodes, ask yourself a question. How do you fit into the universe? In other words, do you feel that you've been plopped into it and you're sort of standalone, or do you feel that you're woven into it, you're a fabric within the universe? And if you feel that way, how do you feel that way? Then if you watch all the 12 episodes and then ask the same question and see if you come up with the same answer. Because I can only speak for myself, but it's changed my views of how I feel I fit into the universe. So anyway, with that said, episode 2, The Big Bang, part 1 is next, and I will talk to you then. Bye-bye.